Okay, here's another conversion. 5,520 yards is how many centimeters? Since I cannot find any information in my book that tells me how to convert directly from yards to centimeters, I'm going to have to use more than one conversion factor. Quickest way is by going from yards to meters and then from meters to centimeters. The first conversion, yards to meters, the equality that I am given, 1.094 yards equals 1 meter. This is between two different systems, so the 1 is an exact number, but the 1.094 yards is a measured number. So I'll have to take that into account later when sig figs come into play. That's our first conversion factor. Our next conversion, meters to centimeters, I have to take a look at the prefixes involved in this metric to metric conversion. Meter is the base unit. It has a power of 10 value of 10 to the 0. And centimeters, centi, means I have a power of 10 value of 10 to the minus 2. The difference between these powers of 10 is 2 steps. So it takes 2 powers of 10 to go from centimeters to meters and vice versa. The larger of the two units is meter. So I'm assigning that my number 1. The smaller unit, centimeters, is going to get my power of 10. There are 10 to the power of 2 centimeters in 1 meter. So this would be my second conversion factor. In setting this up, start off with what I'm given, 5,520 yards. I'm going to multiply that by my first conversion based on the 1.094 yards equals 1 meter equality. Here I will have yards in the denominator since this is the unit I'm going to start with and the unit I want to cancel. Meters is what I want to convert to, so that unit will be on top in the numerator. So the conversion factor will be 1 meter over 1.094 yards. Yards cancel. I am left with meters, and I move on to my second conversion. In going from meters to centimeters. Here, I flip my conversion factor I've written down because I want centimeters as the unit I want to convert to in the numerator, while 1 meter is in the denominator, since this is the next unit I want to cancel. So after the meters cancel, I am left with centimeters. Entering this in my calculator, I take 5,520 yards times 10 to the power of 2, or 100, and then divide by whatever is located in the denominator. So I divide by 1.094. The calculator answer I get from this is 504,570.3839, and it might keep going on for your calculator depending upon how long your display is. From this calculator answer, I'm going to have to keep only as many sig figs as I am allowed. I take a look at my measured values, which are the number I'm given, and potentially my conversion factors. 5,520 contains 3 sig figs, since the last digit is a trailing 0 with no decimal point. So this last digit, 0, is not significant. The second conversion is a metric to metric, so it does not limit the sig figs since it's known exactly. The first conversion, however, goes between English to metric systems, so the number that is not a 1 in that ratio represents a measured value that approximates how many yards are in a meter. This number has 4 sig figs. Based on sig fig rules, I'm going to limit my number of sig figs in the final answer to 3, which ends up being 504. The cutoff point is after the 4, and since the digit after the cutoff is 5 or greater, I will need to round up my last sig fig from a 4 to 5. So the final answer is 505,000 centimeters in 5,520 yards. Alternatively, in scientific notation, this number would be 5.05 times 10 to the power of 5.